Of course, we do free picks on all the day's cards. We generally don't look too far ahead, but today we might take a look ahead. Generally, we're on around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're a little late today. I was back there gushing about my halftime picks, talking about how awesome they were, how great they were. My Saints money line and under for the half last night. How tough it is to have those lopsided scores. Not a big deal, though. But anyways, of course, I'm Mitch. We have Ann and Brian, and let me bring them all in. Ann, Brian, Rod, Chris, who just got out of bed in time for the show. And Rod, 2 days removed from his birthday. He's got, it's like we have the, Rod and I have the polar opposite weather going on today. We're 88 and 80, well, partly cloudy, so I know everyone's going to shed a tear for me on that one. The weird thing is like partly cloudy means mostly sunny, and partly sunny means mostly cloudy. So it's mostly sunny, but there is that part cloud we've got going on. But very comfortable. I believe it's 84 is the actual temperature, not 88. I got a little aggressive there. I think we're calling for 88 on Thursday.
Nice. And we're at 12.
I haven't seen a whale yet, though. Haven't seen a whale yet. Just haven't spotted my first whale.
In the snow, we'll definitely see a whale.
Oh. The whales should be here any week now. Usually by Thanksgiving, the whales are here. At least the first whale sightings.
For me, it was the flock of geese. The flock of geese that was late to leave to the party, and they were all like, "What is this? How do we fly south in this?" So Ann, who was the biggest surprise to the upside yesterday, and who was the biggest surprise to the downside? And where do you think the refs came in the biggest? I mean, because this is like, it's getting out of hand, right? I mean, it's been getting out of hand for a long time, but it's like somehow the officiating gets worse every year, right? Like,
I actually woke up this morning and I had some extra time, so I just Googled, is NFL rigged, and just watched more YouTube videos about how, like, these refs are just so terrible, and it really gets you. It's just not fair to the people watching. But definitely yesterday. I mean, hey, that Cowboys game, I was a given. It really was. And then my downside was I had the Broncos at +4. Turned off the game, thought it was over, came back on. I was like, oh my gosh, they might actually tie it. So that was a big letdown for me. And again, there was a lot of penalties in that game as well. So.
Yeah, I had the Broncos with you too, and I had that heartbreaker. I had the Texans. Yeah. That was the heartbreaker for me.
Yeah,
that was a heartbreaker.
That was a heartbreaker. It was the difference for me between a 500 day and a winning day. Was the last 30 seconds of that game. Jake Luton becomes Michael Vick and sprints into the end zone.
Or the useless six that didn't do anything because they
went for two. They went for two. They could have tied it. It wasn't me.
I knew he wasn't getting it. As soon as he got in, I was like, he's not getting his two. No chance in the heck. They want him to get the 6. Screw the spread. Game's over.
It's amazing that 10
Jags right.
It's amazing that 10 years later that Romeo Crennel could still be screwing us out of covers. It's like, and we still fall for it. It's like, God, what a sucker I am. Anyways, Brian, how about you? What was your big win and what was your tough loss?
The only game I regret was the Indianapolis Colts. I felt like they really had all the momentum, and then they threw that they fumbled the ball. The Ravens took it back the other way and scored, and then in the start the second half, there was interception call that I didn't agree with. I never seen a catch. The guy catches the ball, hit the ground, ball come out, and they ruled it a catch. I don't know. I didn't agree with it. But a loss is a loss. And 2-1 overall, but still not a good day because I bet the house on the Colts.
Well, it's kind of like it's kind of that time of the NFL season where the defensive line is starting to they're starting to get the real pressure against the finding the holes in the offensive line. They're really getting the pressure. The good teams, the bad teams. So we saw them in the second half. The Ravens get the pressure on the Colts. But the thing is that I don't listen to the games with sound, but I saw this in a lot of the games yesterday, where the quarterback is throwing the ball. I saw it, I know, in the Denver game this happened, in a lot of the games where the quarterback's getting hit while he's throwing the ball, and it's all of a sudden this is a judgment call, It's like, how is this a judgment call? It's like, if it's Tom Brady, it's the tuck rule, right? I mean, it's like, why isn't everybody? It's got to be. This is not something that isn't a reviewable play or something. It's like, how do they get this one wrong seemingly all the time? That Ravens-Colts game, I was, I just had it on the grid, and I was out of the corner of my eye, but I just, it's kind of like you saw that play, and you're kind of like, well, it's Colts ball, right? And you turn back, and it's like, how do the Ravens have the ball there?
How do they rule that in?
Well, it's like, how do they have the ball? And it was like on the 20-yard line, right? It was like, wasn't it deep in the Colts territory, that play? Yeah. It was deep. It was deep in the territory, and that was like that was the one that put them ahead, right? It's like,
They always talk about completing the process of the catch. I just didn't see it there on that particular play.
Another thing that we're seeing this year is that you don't have to complete the process of the catch, and that if your foot goes over the out of bounds line, depending on what team you're on, you could be out of bounds. You could not be out of bounds. It's like. It used to be if the guy, they'd zoom in, you could see his heel above the line, and his toes were inside the field. It's like now, it depends what uniform you're wearing. Chris, what was your big, who did you think was the biggest disappointment, and who do you think was the biggest, winner, whether you bet on them or not? Who do you think, like in yesterday's action, kind of, like Raheem Morris, now is what, 2-1 or 3-1 as a Falcons head coach, and it's like. This guy, it's great news for us, right? It's better because now he might get an actual head coaching job, and that's gonna be money, right? Betting against this guy, right? So that's it. It's like my wife's like, let's put on a pool. You know what? Make it one of those zero-edge infinities. It looks like Raheem's gonna be with us for a while. It's kind of like it was like the day they hired Jim Mora Jr. at UCLA. I'll never forget it. It's like, we got this Josh Rosen guy. He's going to be awesome.
Oh, if you only knew.
Oh, man. We redid the entire outside of our house. I call it the Jim Mora Jr. Lanai. It's just, it's like, my wife's like, do you think this is really a good idea? I'm like, just spare no expense. Go nuts. Go nuts. They've got Oregon this week.
Take the other card. Take the backup card. Oh, man. I think for me, the biggest flop downside was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to not show up in prime time and to only put 3 points on the board with everyone they have on that roster, and to give up 38 with what I thought was one of the better defenses in the league was a big downside for me, a big bust. And I think my best play of the day, or my upside play, was the Miami Dolphins. I'm starting to see what having two in that lineup and can do, and all the supporting pieces are clicking, and Brian Flores is doing a great job with that team. So I think Miami was the best upside play of the day for me.
Miami looks like a Super Bowl team.
They're going crushing it.
They're playing fundamentally. They're not beating themselves. They're fundamentally sound. Their defense is making plays. That's what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they make it this year, but they're going to be a playoff team, and they're going to be a tough out, like the Titans were last year. Very, very tough out.
Something like ever since they lost against the Patriots, like something just clicked and it hit them right away. And ever since then they've been playing amazing.
Brian Flores has a chance to become like the next great NFL head coach. This guy's, he's pushing all the right buttons, right? He's making all the right calls. It's like, they go 3 and out on their opening drive, the Dolphins, and then, they strip sack Kyler Murray and run it in for a touchdown on him. That's just, those are the things that happen with the teams that go to the Super Bowl and win championships. But, it's a long way between now and then. And but I do think that you have to start paying attention. The teams that don't beat themselves, I always say when you look at teams that were bad a year ago or teams that were good a year ago, how do you reverse that, the fastest? And that's, change your turnover plus minus ratio. Usually the teams that turn the ball over a lot of times last year and then can rectify that are generally really good the next year, and same thing the other way. Teams that lived by the turnover, well, even if they end up flattish, look at Texas A&M, right? I mean, last year they couldn't buy a turnover. I think they had two turnover recoveries all season. Look at them now, it's like a totally different team. How about you, Rod? What was yours?
For me, it was Tampa Bay. Brady looks like he's done. He's got that look like he's
said. Looked done for a while.
Even the cameraman came in and he was sitting there on the bench and he's sitting there and you can see his stubble was all white and he's got this look into space like he's like in his head he wanted to be like, what the bleep am I doing here? Am I really sitting on this bench playing football? What am I doing here? Is what the bubble that you can see over his head. And then after that they zoomed out and then they zoomed into Gronk. And he had the same look.
Yeah, I've said that since they signed. I was like, they're going to be like on some talk show in 10 years saying, and what about that year in Tampa? And they're like, well, that was a mistake.
That's what I noticed big. It was like huge. It was like, what the?
Who was your?
All we needed was them to do their part and score a few points.
Who was your upside team? Who was your upside? Who had the best?
It's Miami. I thought they would. It was nice to see them actually. Because I wasn't sure the last game, the defense and special teams definitely bailed them out a little bit in that game. And this game, they actually came to play. And Tua looked real good. The offense looked good. They look good.
Yeah, I think I like Miami there. I didn't like the 31 points they gave up, but I still think they're heading in the right direction. They're doing the right things. If you look back at the game, it's kind of like you got to win those games on the road, right? I mean, that's how you become a difference maker in the NFL. So I'm certainly excited about that. But I thought, to me, the team that because I've liked the progression of Miami for weeks, and I've been talking about Flores. But for me, the team that made a statement yesterday was the Minnesota Vikings against the Lions, absolutely dominating from start to finish and riding Dalvin Cook like no one's business. It's like you got a quarterback that everybody in the world knows isn't going to get you there. So why not just give the ball to your best player every single play? And that's what they do. And that works. Yeah. And that I mean, the Bills proved that in 1973. That works. If you give the ball, if you have one guy that's really good, you give him the ball every single play. Every single play. You will win games. And that's exactly what the Vikings are doing. They've got Dalvin Cook. He wants to be Eric Dickerson. So give him the ball 75 times a game, So what? That's what he wants. He's not going to sit there and complain and be like, Le'Veon Bell or something. Well, I carried the ball 26 times a game, and generally I'm supposed to carry 23. You're going to have to pay me $40 million more. It's like he doesn't seem to be that type, But what that's eventually going to do, it is going to open up Thielen and Jefferson downfield. It is going to open that up. Because you're going to have to, someone's going to eventually have to stop that. But I thought the Vikings really, really looked like one of the teams with the lousy record that could sneak into the playoffs. And then the team, to me, that was the biggest disappointment yesterday, because I've already known that Brady was shot. I've said that since the Eagles game when he missed that pass catch, right? But I think the team that really was the biggest disappointment was Seattle giving up the 44 points at Buffalo in a game. They were never even in it. They were never, ever in it. It was like that 44-34, 78 points on the board, right? They dressed it up to get there, They were down big. The whole game they were down by 3 touchdowns. It was always clawing down from 3 touchdowns to get within 2. The entire game was like that. And it was like they'd get it to that point, and it was kind of like, oh, maybe they are back in it. And then Buffalo would just march right down on them. Buffalo scored in the first 10 seconds of that game. I don't know if it was 10 seconds or a minute or 2 minutes. Let's just say they drove right down the field and threw a touchdown in, and they never looked back. It was, I believe it was 21-0, right, at one point. It was like, but Seattle, I mean, they just didn't even show up. And Russell Wilson, they talked about, in the other game, I did listen to this, where they said Deshaun Watson, it's like he's having the best season of a quarterback on a team that bad in NFL history. But Russell Wilson, I mean, he didn't miss a beat in that game. They scored 34 points. That should do it. 34 should do it. I mean, it did it for Tua, right, against the Cards. And we've seen the officiating in Arizona before, right? We know how bad that can get. So I don't know. To me, those were the two teams that I think. Those were my good and bad. For me, it's like. What's that, Brian?
I enjoyed watching Seattle lose. I enjoyed it with all my heart. It was my favorite. I know the public was taking it hard on that one. So I got a little payback from that Colts game.
Yeah, and the thing about that Seattle game, it wasn't close. It wasn't like it was a 10-point game at the end, but it was never like, that's one where Charles Barkley would say, well, the score is the score, but in that one, I think it was really not the score. I think it was close. If it would have been 42-10, it would have been about the same. It was about the same. It was never close.
Carolina played good too.
Carolina played well. They did play well. They actually, I would say this much, they deserve to win that game against the Chiefs.
Yeah. They played them tough.
I agree.
They deserve to win
that game.
They had a chance at the end of the game too.
Yeah.
They had a chance. They had a chance at the end of the game. The kicker missed the field goal. They had the chance. They needed to get him about 10 more yards. That's what they needed. Yeah. I don't know. Those Carolina receivers are a lot better than people give them credit for. I think that's really part of the issue there. But anyways, we got one game tonight, Monday Night Football. The Jetropolitans up against the Patriots. This one's in New York, home of the $18 chicken nugget, MetLife Stadium. And we had Steve Monahan on the show. He went over the entire price list of the menu.
We going over our specials today?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. This will give me time to Google the prices of the concessions at MetLife Stadium.
There you go. Yes, do that.
Who's leading off?
Ann.
All right, I'll go first. Yeah, guys, we crushed it yesterday with NFL. I went 3-0 with my totals. My NFL total of the month hit easy. Killed those spreads as well. And tonight I have obviously one play tonight for the NFL, and it's a total. Hop on that. I'm on fire.
Brian, number one in college football.
Number one college football, and I got a special for everybody. Just tonight until 8 p.m. after the drive-thru's over, I got my college football rest of the season pass for $300. That's a tremendous bargain. Or my college basketball for $400. Get in early for savings. Or my NFL Monday Night Money Shot. Give your bookie a money shot tonight. $30. Pickdogs.com.
I don't even know what to say about that. That's it's not good. Chris? How do you follow that up, man?
Many different ways.
I don't know.
Monday.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
Don't know.
I got my Monday Night No Limit Master Key. It's my favorite play of one of my favorite plays in the month so far, and I think we're gonna hit big tonight. So I got that over for $25 over the website. I have a bounce back day tonight. Looking forward to it and loving that play tonight.
And all right, Rod.
I'll go.
I'm still looking for these. I'm still looking for these food prices.
Got one play. That's all we got. We only got one game. I got one bet out there. Woo! Come get it. Been a good week. Try to start a new week. Keep it rolling.
Oh, gave me a lot of time here.
Sorry. We want some more time? We can.
Don't forget, we got college football all week long. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Tomorrow, Mac.
Okay.
Wow, they have some serious food at MetLife Stadium. What is this? Cheetos popcorn? What the hell?
I might roll
outta
up
here?
there tonight then.
Wait a minute. People love
That sounds
Cheetos.
good.
People love popcorn. Why not combine the two? This was just one stand offering that I saw all the way in the upper deck, section 329. A friend of mine described them as drunkenly delicious. Had I downed a few $15 beers, I'm sure would have enjoyed these more. If you really like Cheetos, you should try them, but otherwise, really not worth the trip for the $9. Tasted just like cheesy, salty popcorn.
I'm I'm gonna look
huge
up tickets
profit
for this
margin
game
there.
tonight. I might go to this game tonight. Oh no, it's in Jersey. They're probably not gonna let people in.
No, they're letting people. Let me see. They have something.
No, it's in New Jersey. It's probably not. I'm checking now.
Parking lots are closed and tailgating is not permitted.
Let's see. Maybe I'll go to this game tonight.
Man, they have an extensive menu here. I mean, they don't have the prices, but man, do they have an extensive menu. This is unbelievable. How about this, Ruffalo? Fat Rooster Spicy Chicken Sandwich. Specialty
What did you call me?
Popcorn, candy, peanuts, chicken drummies with house-made honey mustard, available at Section 317 location only. Chips, draft beer, soft drinks, hot chocolate, buttermilk, and hot sauce brine.
I'll be over here. You guys just finished the show without me.
Now here's where we'll find you. Nona Fusco's Kitchen meatball sandwich, bottled soft drinks. The Barbecue Shack rib combo platter, man. See, when I grew up in Miami, it was like 120 degrees at the games, man. I couldn't imagine eating a rib plate at the game. It was so damn hot, man.
And I remember being at the Eskimo games, and it was so damn cold. It was minus 30 blowing in the wind, and you're sitting there like this. I remember watching a Grey Cup game, so damn cold. I was like, oh my God, I can't even feel my nose. Touchdown!
I can't get
I'm like, we left by the time the halftime hit. It was such a blowout. I remember the game.
Oh,
Blowout.
Here we go.
Canada.
For some reason, the comments don't come up automatically anymore. All right, Ann.
You doing this?
Yeah, we got tonight's game. What do you like?
Do it. So, I was flippy-floppy with this one, but I'm probably going to lay the points with the Jets for the first half.
You're getting points. You're getting points with the Jets.
Getting points. Yep, excuse me. And Bill Belichick, he's just not going to lose this game. So, I mean, everybody needs to stop thinking that Jets are going to win. They're not. And, they beat Miami. The Patriots have beat Miami. They beat the Raiders. Miami's destroyed the Jets. I just don't. As far as covering the spread, I just can't really get on with the whole entire game. But I'm definitely feeling good about the Jets for the first half.
Oh, here we go. Some guy named John Doe. Here's someone with some balls. You guys got me. Boy, man, what a brave soul you are. You guys got me screwed on that Denver pick and Brian with the Cardinals pick.
Yeah, that was a free pick this year.
Yeah.
So one of my free picks lost.
Yep.
How
dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
I had the Vikings.
The audacity.
The audacity. I had the Vikings.
The unmitigated audacity. I took the. I had the Cardinals plus the points versus the Steelers in that Kurt Warner Super Bowl.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was with you on that one. I like Kurt Warner. He was good.
Nailed it, man.
How many times did I say take the Dallas Cowboys plus 14?
What was that? 2008, 2008 or 2009? Freaking nailed it.
I don't know if you took it 8 times this year, Brian. You're really hurting.
Freaking nailed it.
I just mean, talking about the Cardinals, I don't even remember that pick. I stressed the Dallas Cowboys and the Panthers.
It got quiet, yes.
Cowboys, Panthers were my parlay was something. Cowboys, Panthers were my 2 best free plays.
All right, well, what do you like in your free play in this one, Brian?
Well, it's tough because on the drive-thru tonight, I'm going to be giving out the total to everybody that tunes in. But I got Rex Burkhead scoring the first touchdown, 10-1 odds. I kind of like it. He's a scrappy guy. I can see him going in. I like Ian's pick for the first half. I like the Jets in the first half.
Okay. Chris?
I'm going to take the first half under. I think this is just a low-scoring first half. It's going to be a slop fest, and my first touchdown. This could be a game where the no touchdown scored in the game could come up at plus 10,000, but I'll probably go Cam Newton at plus 700.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I saw that no touchdown option. It made me double take. I can see that happening.
It could actually
It
happen. Yeah.
had with was it the Broncos game? It was all field goals. Patriots
Could be, yeah.
and Broncos. Nobody scored a
This
touchdown.
could
It was all field goals.
This could be a 12-6 game.
Okay. Rod?
Give me the Jets and the points. Full game. They're going to win by a touchdown.
Sean Outland can't comprehend what taking the Jets means. I don't understand that. I mean, this guy has more questions about like the obvious than anybody. See, and I appreciate that he always tunes into our show, but it just seems that he, if you misspeak in the slightest way, it just throws him entirely off his game. It's like he can't figure it out. It's like zero.
I'm sorry. I think I did clear it up.
That's it, Ann. No more picks. No more picking. I also hit my parlay on the on my pick dogs video yesterday too.
The halftime?
No, my regular parlay video. My parlay video that I put
Halftime
up.
parlay.
I also put out a parlay for the site like every day. During like normally every day I do it, but just because there hasn't been games to parlay, I haven't been doing it. But I hit it yesterday. I had the under in the Steelers Cowboys parlayed with the Raiders was our pick dogs parlay video yesterday, which I get hammered on when I lose. By the way, crushed. Like Saturday it didn't win, so I was a piece of shit, and then yesterday it was nothing. It's just radio silence. Did you give a pick, Rod?
I did. Take the Jets.
Oh, okay.
Jets.
I gave out the Patriots in the video. I gotta say it's lukewarm, at best. I really don't like this game. This is a lousy game.
It's as you would say before. If this game was on a Sunday card, would we be really betting this game?
No, we'd be glossing over it.
We'd be laughing at it.
Glossing over it. Well, I got about 14 minutes before I have a conference call, so we got some time to kill if you guys want to kill it. If not, we can call it early. It's up to you guys. You want to look ahead at maybe some of these LSU, Alabama 24-point lines or something? Oh, Brian.
I was looking at the Tuesday back action.
What was that fake name you used in the Facebook group to post that parlay that I tagged you in?
I don't like parlays.
No, the parlay that parlay that you bet with the Steelers minus 880, and then you teased the Seahawks to plus 3
yeah.
for minus 265.
I saw somebody had played the Steelers money line. I didn't understand why you put that on your parlay. I can't really add too much to the parlay. It doesn't make any sense to me, but crazy.
I don't think there was anything in that parlay that I would have done.
So they're all like minus.
I seen that one. It was like, yeah.
So Virginia Tech minus 2.5 versus Miami. The early money here coming in on Virginia Tech, even though the number of bets is clearly on Miami with inverse line movement early in this Virginia Tech Miami. Blacksburg, a place where Miami traditionally goes in and wrecks the place, man. So I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Traditionally stomps them.
They're begging for money on Miami, just on
Don't say that.
just on first glance. I don't know.
Traditionally stomping. Nebraska plus 3 against Penn State. Same thing, inverse line movement.
I see heavy money on Miami coming in early with just the 400. There's only a small sample. But
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's the number of bets as early as Miami.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing a lot of money. We're just seeing a lot of bets.
It looks like Virginia Tech is going to pound them, but we're far away from game day, so.
Yeah, Miami's going to slaughter. I mean, that's easy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Line's telling me the Hokies.
Yeah, well,
Do a Hokie stomp.
this is going to be
Miami.
this will be like your 1-7 Jets record.
We'll see. I think you might see a little bit of turkey calls going on.
How about this one, man? How about this one?
Ruffalo. Wake Forest plus 13 at North Carolina.
Yeah, that was one I was looking at last night.
Circle play? Circling it? Brian, no comments on the circling. I know you got some. I know you got some totally inappropriate comment about every shape.
Carolina's gonna stop them. I don't know.
I'm gonna catch anything Wake Forest.
Wake's good.
I think that's an over game, to be honest.
Well, there's no total out on it, so
I know. Yeah,
so it's 0 right now. So
I
like you're in good shape.
We forgot to make fun of Penn State yesterday. How pathetic they played against Maryland.
Well, something's got to give in Nebraska, Penn State.
Boy, Penn State's pathetic. I'd go with Nebraska as an outright winner. Early look.
How about this one? How about this one? Marshall minus 23.5 against Middle Tennessee State. Rod?
Well, they didn't cover last week, so.
Yeah, they didn't play Middle Tennessee State.
They dropped a half point.
They should do it.
Well, yeah, because.
What do you think, Rod?
Jumped on that number.
Give me Middle Tennessee early.
What do you think, Rod?
I would take Marshall. I think they covered the 24 over Middle Tennessee.
Here's two teams that usually have a really close game. Boston College versus Penn State. This one at Chestnut Hill. Ann, what do you think?
I think Penn State should do this one finally. Hopefully we'll stay.
It's Boston College. Boston College, Notre Dame. It's the game.
I was like, what?
There's no Penn State.
I think that Penn State.
Penn State's playing a split squad.
I just hate both those teams personally, but
all right, we can skip. We can change games.
I'll take that one, quick. I'll take that one.
I love Boston College. Love them.
You gotta go to Boston.
Love them. Love. Here's an early premium free pick from Mitch.
I hate
Put a little something on Boston College and just forget about it. Just tuck it away and check it on Sunday morning. Cash your winnings on Sunday morning. Right now, these two teams, I would say, and also put a little also something on Boston College money line because usually they beat Notre Dame in this game. So I mean, I'll put.
They're going to.
Oh, they're going to, right? They're going to. This is like these two schools eerily similar, and Boston College takes this game a lot more seriously than Notre Dame does, and it always bites them in the ass. Let's look at the series history on this one. I mean,
while you do that, I have I'm loving Virginia this week. They're at -3. Put that in early.
So Notre Dame has stomped them the last 2 times they've played. Other than that, a lot of close games in there. Yeah, it's been a lot of Notre Dame recently. Before that, the last 2 were Notre Dame. Then it was 3 Boston College, a Notre Dame, and then 2 Boston Colleges. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and 5 the last 10.
But if you're a guy like me that likes to bet teams and spots, this is a perfect situation.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna be in love with Notre Dame because they beat Clemson. So.
Chris, Alabama, LSU,
Exactly.
24 points. 24. At Baton Rouge. At Baton Rouge.
I gotta think that LSU tries to keep this one within 24. It feels like a lot even for Alabama, who's had tackling issues all season. I like LSU in that one with the points.
We'll do one more.
Bama blowout. Bama covers that. LSU hasn't done any wonderful things all year.
Oh, Purdue Northwestern, Rod.
Give me Northwestern.
On the road, 3-0.
Oh, they're on the road? No thanks. Give me Purdue.
+1. The line. This one. The line has moved. It opened as a pick'em, and now Northwestern a 1-point favorite on the road at West Lafayette.
Yeah, no, give me Purdue at home.
Which actually was the first Chick-fil-A location in the Midwest. I just happened to know that because I used to drive. My wife is from Cincinnati. We used to drive from Chicago to Cincinnati all the time and stop at West Lafayette for the Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that's
where I'm
huge.
going for lunch.
Yeah. All over.
Oh.
Unload on. That looks crazy.
Anyone out there try my suggestion on the Chick-fil-A of not getting the French fries and getting the nuggets instead? French fries?
I never get the fries.
Well,
I always get the nuggets.
Yeah, you gotta
I think
get.
that's a good idea.
Dude,
if you wanna
chips
save
are
your
good.
money.
You can get them with the chips. They're really good, actually. I love them. They're like
Never heard
they
of
look
it.
like waffle chips.
Never heard of it.
The chips, you swipe them out with a bag of chips.
No, you're making it up. Stop making things
I'm
up.
gonna send you a picture then. I'm gonna go to Chick-fil-A.
I'm calling bullshit.
I'm gonna come on halftime tonight eating the chips.
I'm calling bullshit on it until I see.
Just like the Hawaiian Chick-fil-A. You looked at me like I was crazy, and then you looked it up.
So Utah UCLA has no line. It's like they don't want anybody betting that thing.
I saw that this morning.
It's like, no way am I getting hammered on that thing.
We're just not going to open this game up.
Chick-fil-A waffle chips.
They're
the
like chips.
fuck?
They're chips, but they go like this. Like they're
I see
crisscross.
I see
waffle. Yeah, they're good. They're
Party
really good.
chips.
I like them. Sometimes I get 2 bags.
I've never seen this before.
They're good. Mac and cheese isn't bad either. That's new.
Yeah, we don't have Chick-fil-A, so it's been since, for me the last Chick-fil-A I had was maybe a year ago. So
That's terrible. Rod's never had it. Yeah.
Never eat no Chick-fil-A.
My heart.
wow,
You poor guy.
I will say you're missing out.
Uh-huh.
You're missing out big time. Pop-up food truck. What the hell? We got a great food truck right down the street. Shrimp tacos, man. They're so good.
Oh,
Right
so
across in the ocean. Shrimp taco. It's like,
I know when you buy seafood here, it's 50-50. You're taking a chance. You're like, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad?
Anyways, I got 4 minutes before my conference call. I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks everyone who joined us today. It was a lot of fun.
We'll come back. Brian will be gone, or we'll all leave. Brian's going to come back, and we'll be all gone. Hey, where'd everybody go?
Let's all click like hide. Just not be there. And he comes back and he's gonna be like, what?
What's going on? All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Have a great night. I'll see you guys halftime Monday Night Football. And, of course, we're going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.